Okay, good day. I apologize for not being there today, but that's sometimes happens. I should be there tomorrow. But I do want to finish up this lesson today, so I'm sending this little video to try and go over some of this stuff with you. Yesterday we did some definitions. We talked about what a linear function is, what a nonlinear function is, line symmetry and point symmetry. We went through some of these functions here and determined which of them are linear and which of them are not and why. We also did that using a table, and then we talked a little bit about line symmetry and non-symmetry. I have one example left to do, and I'm going to go through it right here for you right now. And so the example is Mr. McCulley wants to earn enough money to go to next year's Star Wars marathon. He needs $1,150 for the trip. To earn more money, Mr. McCulley sells Star Wars decals and Star Wars lightsaber toys to his students. The decals earn a profit of $2 and lightsaber toys earn a profit of $15 each. A model for this situation is 2D plus 5L equals 1150. Does this equation represent a linear function? Well, if I look at it, I have two variables, D and L. Both of them are raised to the first power, so I don't have any powers other than one. I'm not multiplying any variables. I'm not, I don't have a variable in the denominator. I'm not taking the square root of one of the variables. So I'm thinking it's linear. And then we can go to Desmos and we can verify that. So I'm going to type in 2x plus 15y equal to 1150. Now that's going to clearly be too big to fit into this particular window, but if I pull it out a little bit, we can clearly see that that is a linear equation. So if I go back here, I will say yes, this is a linear L-I-N-E-A-R equation. Mr. McCulley sells, if Mr. McCulley sells 100 decals and 22 lightsabers, will he make enough money to go to the Star Wars marathon? Okay, well, we can do that in Desmos as well. So let's pull that back up. So if I go 2 times 100 plus 15 times 22, I've only made $530. So little short yet. Gonna have to sell a few more lightsaber parts. You guys are gonna have to buy some stuff so I can go. But the answer is no. Mr. McCulley only makes $530, which is not enough. Okay, so that's all for that. I did today also send out a jam question for you to look at. So I'm going to bring that up. And you can go through this on your own. What I want you to do is read it and pause and then make a guess on all of these. And then once you've got an answer to all of this, unpause and listen to the solutions. So pause now. Okay, hopefully you actually took the time to go through these and get an answer. But our first equation here, y equals 3x plus 1 over 435. The variables are all to the first power, and we have no multiplications of variables, no divisions by variables, no variables to a power other than 1. So this is in fact going to be a linear function, and we see that right here. Part B is going to be a nonlinear function. We have a multiplication of two variables. Part C is also going to be nonlinear because we have one of our variables under a square root. And part D is going to be linear because even though I have a square root in it, it's just a numerical value. The square root of 8 is just a number. It isn't going to lie on a tick mark on any graph, but it is just a number. So we have y equals, our square root of 8 is m, times x plus 15 are b. So if we check these all over, again, number 1a is linear, 1b is nonlinear because we have multiplication of variables. Number 1c is also nonlinear because we have variable under the radical. And 1d is linear. Second question, Mr. McCulley's classes had a fundraiser selling wild widgets. They spent $25 on making signs for the sale and charged $3 per wild widget. Write an equation that models the profit P as a function of the number of wild widgets sold X. Is this function in part A linear? How much money would they have to have if they sold 100 widgets? And then D, how many wild widgets would they have to sell to break even? So if I go over to my second page, since we are spending money on signs, that is negative money before we can make profit. And we sold each of those wild widgets for $3 each. So our function P in our profit in terms of the number of widgets X that we sold will be 3x minus 25. This is in fact linear. Y equals mx plus b. And if we sold 100 wild widgets, 3 times 100 minus 25, 300 minus 25 is $275. And then to break even, we would earn $0. If I don't sell any widgets, I'm still out the $25 that I put up front for signs. So I add 25 to both sides and I divide by 3. Now that doesn't come out to be even, but I need to turn a profit. So if I sell 8 widgets, I'll still be under that $25. So in this case, I am going to have to sell 9 widgets to break even. We'll make a little bit of profit, but that's the closest that we get to not being in the hole. Well, that's all I got for today, folks. You should be able to get through all the practice work now. If you have any questions, please leave me an email and I will return tomorrow. Have a good day. Goodbye.